Everyone, welcome to UTV Guna and our show The Roaring Gunners from the City of Joy with Sauradeep from the Arsenal Bengal official supporters group. Hey bro, how are you?
I'm good, man. Yeah, it's fine, but won't say I'm too good because the way things have been happening in the last couple of weeks or so. But yeah, still, I'm just fighting. Yeah. How are you, man?
Yeah, bro, I'm okay, man. Disappointed with the result the other day. It's been a couple of days now, but still, it's you know what it's like. It still bothers you. You just want to get to the next game now, and well, the next game's massive. Before we talk about that next game, let's talk about the Southampton game. We started really badly. To give a goal away like that, it reminded me of a Bournemouth game. We gave a goal away really early, and this was a big mistake. These things do happen. Is it nerves, pressure of occasion? You know, you can say it is that, but it can just happen even if there's no nerves and it's just a kickabout in a friendly match. These mistakes can happen. So with Ramsdale, we know how good he's been. He's been amazing for us. He's saved us so many times this season. So no issues there. Mistakes happen, but it put us on the back foot right at the start of the game. And then they scored a very good second goal. Not the best of defending from us, but you got to give them credit. The way they played for us for that second goal was really good. Our former player, Theo Walcott, getting it. They go 2-0 ahead. We managed to get it back to 2-1 quite early after only 20 minutes. Then, unfortunately, second half, we're looking to come back and get the win. They've managed to make it 3-1. It's looking really bad. We're getting to like only a few minutes left. It's still 3-1 down. Amazing fighting spirit at that point. You got to say the fighting spirit was amazing to keep battling until that late in the game and to get it back to 3-3 and have opportunity to actually make it 4-3. Trossard hitting the bar, and there were some close calls there right to the end. It was disappointing, but there was some positives in the performance. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, to be honest, the thing is that it's been happening for too long for us because we have squandered chances before in the league, and this past three games have been the same for us because imagine had we got the 9 points in the past three games that we are supposed to get, because in the Liverpool match we are leading 2-0, we gave the goal, we squandered 2 goal lead, West Ham squandered 2 goal lead, and now Southampton. So it's disappointing, to be very honest, and I won't gonna set a place too much because I do believe that it was a bit too casual. I think all 3 goals that we considered were of individual mistakes, which has been happening for a long time. I think the results it has been a bit of papering on the cracks, but I think we have made mistakes. We have made individual mistakes throughout the season. So there are rooms for improvement, definitely. But of course, you have to admire and you have to appreciate the fighting spirit, the resilience that these young players showed till the last second. They fought. Even after we made it 3-3, Trossard had a great chance, and Gabriel Jesus, I think he should have scored a hat-trick in the match, Southampton match. He was so wayward. He he couldn't finish any of his chances, but to be honest, very disappointed, dejected, to be honest. And you can't just drop points at home to the team that is bottom of the league, and we have done that. We have somehow managed to done that this season because I think Southampton are the only team so far this season that we haven't got a victory against. We have played against them 2 matches and 2 draws only. So definitely very disappointed, definitely. But to be honest, this is a very young squad, and I think it is a very real test for our supporters as well as the test for the players. I think it's all about the loyalty and the support that the supporters have for the players, because you can't just slate the players, you can't abuse or criticize them too harshly because they are young players. All these guys have been extremely well for us, like the Saka, Ramsdale, Martinelli, Odegaard, Jesus even. So all these guys have done extremely well for us this season and you can't just now completely dismantle them for this poor outings in the last 3 matches. Still massive support, massive love for all of our boys, for the manager and the way we have played this season. But in terms of the results, it's been really disappointing, and it's kind of not it's kind of unacceptable at this level because we have done so well and we're squandering 2 goals in each matches, and also against the likes of West Ham. I can understand against Liverpool, but against West Ham, you're squandering 2 goals. And against Southampton, you were losing at home 3-1 till the 88th minute. I think we have to look after these things. We'll have to get better at these things. But yeah, very disappointed, to be honest.
Yeah, you have to say, attacking wise, in these games we were doing really well. 7 goals in the last 3 games. Unfortunately, we conceded 7 as well. As you said, the Liverpool one you can understand, but conceding 2 goals to West Ham and 3 goals at home to Southampton, unfortunately, it's happened. But we need to look into being more solid defensively because we don't have problems going forward. We are getting the goals. We've been getting the goals all season. Defensively, we were doing really well, but in recent times we have been struggling. I don't think you can put the blame on Rob Holding. I think the defensive issues were
Exactly.
before Rob
That is,
Holding
that
situation.
is what I'm going to say. That is why I'm going to say, because everybody will be saying that we are missing William Saliba, and that definitely puts the blame on Rob Holding. But if you see, I think Rob Holding is not culpable for any of the goals that we have considered this season. Because against Southampton, I think 3 goals, 3 individual mistakes. I think the first one was Ramsdale. I don't know what he was doing. Second one, Partey. And third one also Partey giving the ball away and conceding a corner. So Rob Holding, respect to him, yeah, he's not the best. He's not the first choice player, but you can't just put the blame on Rob Holding at all, because I think he has done extremely well. I think it's all about the individual mistakes that we have been making this season, but in the past 3 games. But you can't just blame Rob Holding for it. Can't just blame. I know we're missing Saliba. Saliba gives us the authority. If you can see as well, all the attacks that we have been having in the past 3 or 4 games is more on the left hand side, because Rob Holding is not that good of a ball player, and he can't just feed Saka that much that Gabriel can to Martinelli or on the left hand side. But in terms of defending, I really can't blame too much. I can't really blame Rob Holding too much. I think it's been just pure individual mistakes which has cost us, and that's it, man. It is as it is. We have to move on. We still have 6 games to play, and we have to try and win all the games, because if we won't win all the games from here, I think we're going to win the league. So yeah, that should be the mindset.
Yeah, bro. It is still in our hands. That's the thing. If we were to win all 6 games, I know it's a big ask to beat Man City at their ground. We're going to get onto that game in a second. But if we were to win all 6 games, we'd be champions. And to be in this position with just 6 games to go, it is an amazing position to be in. I know, as you said, we were in a much better position just 3 games ago. But unfortunately, we've not been able to pick up enough points in these last 3 games. We are still undefeated in our last 9, so you'd say overall we are on a good run. If we could have just got the win against Southampton or West Ham, both would have been obviously better. All 3, Liverpool as well, would have been really good to get all 9 points. But it's happened now. It wasn't to be. We've got to just go out against City now. Fresh, clear that away. That's done with now. Focus on this game. For me, it's the biggest game we've had since the Champions League final back in 2006. I can't think of a more important game. I know we have these FA Cup finals, the one that after a long gap of not winning the trophy, there was a lot of pressure on that game. But this is the Premier League. It's so long since we've won it. For me, it's the biggest game since the Champions League final. And let's hope our players really can respond to this challenge after all these disappointments for the last couple of weeks. Got to rise to this challenge now. We can beat City there. They're a great team, but no team's unbeatable. There's no reason why we cannot go to the Etihad and beat them.
Absolutely. I think that has to be the mindset, because there will be papers, there will be pundits who will be saying, well, who are have just written us off. Because if you see around the Sky Sports, BBC, all the big heads, so-called big heads of football have just completely, they have written us off. They just believe that it's just a cakewalk for now for City. But we have to show that it's not. It is as it is, because we have beaten good teams this season. I think we have beaten Chelsea, we have beaten Tottenham, we have beaten United, we have beaten Liverpool. So why can't we beat City? If we can drop points against Southampton at home, the team that is bottom of the league, then we can win at City at Etihad as well. So you have to believe it, because These players know that they have been at fault in the last 3 matches. Defensive frailties, Saka missing the penalty, all these things have been combined in the last 3 matches, which has hampered our league hopes or league thing, the dreams, whatever we want to say. But these players will have to believe. I think they believe that they can get a result, because if they play according to their potential, if they show that what they can do, if they keep on doing the basic things right, definitely we can get a result, because we know that Everton got a draw there. And let's not forget, I was looking City's fixture. Everyone is saying it's a cakewalk, but they still have to go to Brighton. They still have to go to Brentford. They will be playing at home against Chelsea. I know Chelsea are shit, but still they'll have to play against them at home. They still have to play Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-finals. So if things go south there and the morale gets dejected, because we all know that the main focus is Champions League. So if things go south there will be a downfall in their morale, and that can have an effect in the Premier League. So it's a long way to go. So all these pundits, I don't know what they eat, what they think, or what they have in their grey matter in their brain, so that they have completely written us off and given that they've handed the titles to City. I don't know. But yeah, we have to believe that it's up to us, because it's still in our hands, as you say. Because if we win the last 6 games, the league is ours. So the mentality will be that we don't care whoever we are facing. We know that we have the quality, we have the mental strength, and if we can show that, and if we can grind a victory at Etihad, which is kind of improbable, to be honest. But you know what Mohit Sharma did in the last match against Lucknow for your Gujarat Titans. So hopefully you can do the same, yeah, isn't it?
That's the thing, bro. That's it. It's sports. In sports,
Exactly.
anything can happen. And like you talk about your guy, Wrinkle Sin, what he did against
Absolutely.
us, like that doesn't happen often. Like 5 sixes in 5 balls to win the game.
You
You know?
know, Southampton getting a draw at Arsenal, and a bottom team scoring 3 goals at the top team of the Premier League doesn't happen. It didn't happen ever. It was the first time in English Premier League history that a bottom ranked team in the Premier League, scored 3 goals at an away ground to the team that is leading at the Premier League table. So it happened for the first time, and we can get a result out of it. We have to believe. I think these things will be, people may say that it is kind of a long shot, but you just can't think like that. We have to just think that it's completely in our hands, and if we can get a result out of that, then things will turn better for us. So yeah, hopefully we're gonna get a victory at Etihad.
Yeah, bro. Let's hope we can do it. So, what do you think is the key for us to beat them?
I think defensively we'll have to be solid, because City, we know that they're gonna dominate the possession. They're gonna create chances. We'll have to be clinical, because even in the Liverpool game, I think the last chance that Martinelli had to release Saka, had the pass been just a bit better, I think Saka would have been in and we'd have owned at the very last second at Anfield. So these things will have to make things right. I think we have to be clinical. We'll have to take our chances. We can't squander opportunities. We have squandered too many opportunities, I think, in the Liverpool match as well, in the West Ham match, even in the Southampton match. I won't complain in the Southampton match, because we scored 2 late goals to salvage a point. But against Etihad, it's a completely different ball game. We have to be alert, very alert defensively, and we'll have to be very proactive when we go attacking, because there won't be many chances. I really believe, because if we create too many chances, it will be a bit of surprise, given the way City play at their home. So we have to respect their attack, but we can't be timid when the opportunity comes, and we'll have to be clinical. I think that will be the massive thing, and I think we missed Xhaka in the last match against Southampton, because we saw Fabio Vieira. I don't know what happened to Xhaka. Maybe he's injured or something. But Fabio Vieira at this level is not good enough for now. He maybe will in a couple of seasons, but at this very moment, the physicality of that guy is not even good enough for Indian Super League. So let's just forget Premier League. He's a great technical player, but when it comes to duels, when it comes to one-on-one situations, when it comes to winning the ball and shield it for your players, he's not there. is he loses possessions too easily. He gets dispossessed. He just bundles over because he doesn't have that physicality. So Fabio Vieira, I think Arteta will have to realize that even if he's playing with someone without Xhaka or Partey, we may have to change tactically, but we just can't use Fabio Vieira in that position, to be honest. So let's move forward. We have to. I think, as you said, I think the main key things, if you say about in the 80th game, will be defensive alertness and attacking proactiveness. That will be the biggest key for us.
Okay, do you think we should try to be cautious because we know how strong their attack is, or should we just focus on our game and make it an open game?
Yeah, I think you can't just make it an open game because you saw what happened to Bayern Munich a week ago. Bayern Munich are one of the greatest teams in Europe. They still are, but they got battered at it. Yeah, I think you have to change your tactics a bit. Do you just can't play in the same way because we know what happened at Emirates as well. We wanted to play in the same way and we got battered 3-1. So you have to do certain tweaks. You can't be too timid. You can't be too defensive, but you'll have to have that, shield in the back before you just commit yourselves forward, because that will be a very tricky game because the transition from attack to defense and defense to attack will be very swift and very key because City have some terrific players. They can hurt us at any time. So we have to be cautious, but we can't be too timid. So Arteta will have to find a balance in between that, which can, yield the maximum or optimum result for us. But yeah, we do have quality players in our team, because I think the likes of Saka, Martinelli, if they can be at their best, Jesus, if he just doesn't squander opportunities like that he has been, we can get result. And maybe, if in terms of midfield situation, in terms of midfield options, if Xhaka is not fit, play Zinchenko there. Play Zinchenko in the middle left-hand side of midfield and play Tierney at left back, because Zinchenko is a good midfielder, but he's not a good left back. He's defensively not that good, man. He gets beaten too easily. Even in the Liverpool second goal, he got nutmegged. Remember that? He got nutmegged by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And from that cross, Firmino scored. I do have real doubts about Zinchenko's defensive ability. Overall, he's a terrific player in terms of technicality, in terms of positional awareness. He's good, but his defensive side is not that strong. So play Tierney at left back and play him in the left-hand side of the midfield. Then it can work out, I do believe, because Tierney is far better defensively. He has that fighting, there's that combative attitude in him when he defends. So play him there, because at the right hand side, it will be either Mahrez or someone will be on the right hand side of City. So play Tierney and play Zinchenko in the midfield. I think that can work for us.
Okay, so tall order, to beat them there. If you look at our recent record against them, I remember before the home game looking at the record, and it was astonishing the dominance they've had over us in recent times. So don't want to remind you this, bro, but the last time that we got any points off them in the Premier League was in 2007.
2016, yeah. Sanchez scoring 2 goals. Yeah, I remember that. 2-2.
Then the last time we actually beat them in the Premier League was back in 2015.
Giroud scored the second goal. Remember that?
Yeah.
Zola doing his trickery in midfield. Yeah, I remember that.
I remember the last time we beat them at the Etihad was the 2-0 where Santi Cazorla played really well, and Giroud scored in that one as well.
Giroud scored the second goal. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been that long, and that's a big dominance of had over us in recent times. We've beaten in the FA Cup a couple of times, but that's a massive dominance. And the battle between Pep and Arteta, Pep's had the better of. Arteta, we did beat him in the FA Cup, as I said, but in the Premier League, Arteta's yet to beat him or even get a draw. So it's massive. We talk about sometimes you're due for something in sports, like you're due to get a win after a long sequence of losses or not getting the win. So we are due. As we talked about, it's sports. We're more than capable of going there and doing it. If we, as you're saying, this 20th team in the league can come and score 3 goals here and get a draw against us. We're top of the league. There's no reason why we cannot beat the team at our second. As good as they are, I know they're champions for the last 5 years. We know they got so many great players. They got Haaland on fire. there's no reason why we cannot go over and beat them. As you said, it's going to come down to we've got to be more tactical and aware with them. We've got to be cautious. I believe in exactly what you're saying. We really need to play it safe. All right, attack when we get opportunities, but we've got to be cautious. We saw Pep actually change his tactics when they came here. We always see that Pep plays a possession-based game. Man City always normally dominate the ball, have a lot of possession. In that game, it was the game where he had the lowest amount of possession for any of his teams, including Barcelona and Bayern Munich. None of his teams had a low amount of possession in the game of football. We dominated the ball that day. He made some tactical changes. We saw him go more direct to Haaland. They knew we were playing very well, and they made some changes there. So we need to do the same sort of thing now, going there, make a few changes, try and contain them as much as we can, and take opportunities when we get the chance. What's your correct score prediction, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with City 1, Arsenal 2. Let's
Yeah,
get it, you know. It's possible, as you said, and it's a due as well, long-term due. It will be after 8 years if we get a victory there. And remember in the Carabao Cup match earlier this season, at Etihad we didn't do too badly there. So I think there are ample opportunities for us to make things right, and if they can get a victory at Etihad, I think it will be duly appropriate for us and for themselves as well, because they have played so great this season. They have just made us dreamed, because none would have believed anyone. Everybody would have said that, yeah, you are either in drugs or you are drunk. Had we said that on April 26th, when we go to Etihad, we'll be sitting at top of the league. So they have made it happen, and I think they can just ride it through till the end of the season. So let's hope for the best.
yeah, bro. Let's hope, man. You got to have that hope. That's what sports is about, you know. Having that hope, even if it's looking like a tall order, they're favourites, whatever. We've got to have that hope. The players have been outstanding throughout most of this season. Had the odd blip here and there. This is another blip we're having now. Let's hope we can bounce back. We'll bounce back from the other blips. Let's hope we can bounce back from this one. Just get 6 wins in a row. The last time we had a blip was that sequence between Everton, Brentford, and Man City, where we lost the last one to City. After that, we won 7 in a row. We've had this blip now of 3 disappointing results in a row. If we go now and win 6 in a row, we're champions.
Yes, man. Hopefully so. Hopefully.
Yeah, bro. But another thing, as you said, like looking at this, right, on paper, you would say City are expected to win the other games that they have, but you never know. They're going to be focused on the Champions League. That's going to drain them out. A semi-final against Real Madrid, that's going to be obviously a key thing for them. We know how much they want to win the Champions League. So that will drain them out. Pep mentioned it as well when he was talked about these players being tired. So that can play a factor. It's not guaranteed they're going to win the other games that they have left, right? We know they've got 2 games in hand. No guarantees they're going to win all them games. So maybe having a draw there wouldn't be that bad a result. If they did win their 2 games in hand, I know that I mean they'll be going 1 point ahead of us. But like I say, there's no guarantees they're going to win their other games. Not just the games in hand, but other games coming up. So I don't think it's a case of going gung-ho and we must go there and beat them, because a draw for us wouldn't be a bad result. We would still very much be in the title race.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because it is, because we can't just go haywire. We just can't go helter-skelter and just completely open our defense there, because we have to be cautious, as you say, because as 1 point won't be the worst thing in the world, but they will be definitely looking for 3 points if I'm right, because they're not going to settle there for a point. They're gonna go for 3 points, but they just can't go haywire. They'll have to take calculative risks, I think, to get the best out of it, and if they can do that, if they can execute their game plan properly, then there is no there won't be, I won't say that. I will say that it's not impossible that we get a win or get a draw out of it.
Okay, bro. Let's see, bro. I'm super nervous, super excited. Massive game. Can't wait for Wednesday. We can do this, boys. So before we go, just going to get some predictions for you from the midweek fixtures, because it's a full round of Premier League games coming up this midweek. There are some big games taking place. down the bottom of the league, there's a big one between Leeds United and Leicester City.
Leeds 1, Leicester 2.
Okay, another big game is the West London derby. Chelsea could be in a bit of relegation trouble where they're playing at the moment. But yeah, they're playing against Brentford.
I think Chelsea at home now.
Yeah.
But Chelsea have been so poor this season. I'm gonna go with Chelsea nil, Brentford 1. I think Brentford gonna get a win there. Chelsea have been so poor this season. Frank Lampard. Oh my God, I believe. I won't be surprised if he gets sacked before the end of the season. I think he hasn't won a match. Has he won a match so far? I don't think so.
No.
Hasn't. So Chelsea are in a huge mud, my friend. But I think they're gonna lose again. I think the maximum they're gonna get draw. I don't see them winning.
Okay, and then for relegation and top four battle, another big game between Everton and Newcastle.
I think Newcastle gonna win. I think Everton 1, Newcastle 2.
Okay, and last one, massive match for the top four race between Tottenham and Man United.
Hate both teams. I'm gonna go with Tottenham 1, United 1. I think it's going to be a draw. A 2-2, 2-2. Let's go 2-2 draw.
Okay,
United
bro.
got battered in the Europa League. You saw the game?
Yeah, Seville destroyed them.
Harry Maguire, you freaking legend.
All right, bro. So yeah, big round of fixtures coming up midweek, and then yeah, our game next weekend's been postponed till the Tuesday. The Chelsea game was going to be a Saturday evening kickoff. They've pushed it back to the Tuesday now. They're saying there's some issues with the policing of it. Very short notice. Don't know why they've done that, but yeah, bro. So I will catch up with you towards the end of this week on the weekend ahead of our game against Chelsea. Hopefully, discussing a great win for us against Man City.
Hopefully, man, because we have never been this close in the last I don't know how many years, and hopefully this game will be changing the whole mood, because if we win there, the mood will be so vibrant, then the momentum can carry us forward. But it's imperative that we get a result, whether it's a draw or a loss, a victory, because a loss will be kind of catastrophic for us. We can't afford to lose it at Etihad. That's the main thing.
Yeah, bro. Come on, boys. We can do this. So that's all from us. Thanks for your time, bro.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.